look at number one, what does it look like? Does it look like acute, obtuse, right, or straight? It looks like a right. Okay, again, on these ones, I couldn't put the little block, so. Okay, what about number three? That is definitely obtuse. Okay, number five, it says 2 degrees. An angle that is 2 degrees is what?
Acute.
Acute. Okay, so acute is anything less than 90. Okay, so this one's going to be acute. 134 degrees.
Obtuse.
That is definitely obtuse. So obtuse is going to be bigger, anything bigger than 90. Okay, what if it's 90?
Right.
It's all right. What about 180?
Straight.
Okay, number 9. Okay, we're looking at this. It says it wants you to draw an angle, so we're drawing an obtuse angle. Okay, we're going to put 3 points on it. What does my middle point have to be? Y. Okay, does the ZX matter? No. Okay, you can put them in either spot. What is the Y called though? What's the fancy word for that? Nobody? What's the fancy word for the Y called?
Oh, it's called like the vortex.
Vortex is very close. It's the vertex. But good job. I didn't hear nobody else answering. Well, they gave one. Okay. 11. They want you to draw a right angle and call it 7. Okay, so we're going to draw a right angle. Because you're drawing them, you do need this box here. Okay, so in order to call it 7, we're just going to put our dot right there on the vertex, and you're going to say 7. Okay, which is totally fine. They just don't have other stuff, like the other 2 points to put above or below that. Okay, name the relationship complementary, linear, pair, vertical, or adjacent. Now, if I had to pick an area on the test that you guys need to work on, it's this area. Okay, so please, for the love of God, if you don't understand today, then please ask me. Okay, that was the number 1 area that everyone was lacking on their last review. Okay, so I think part of what threw you off is sometimes you're going to have like one of these and one of these, or you could just have just one. Okay, so some might have 2 or 1, it doesn't matter. So if we look at 13, okay, the complementary means they're going to add up to be 90. Okay, the linear pair is going to add up to be 180. The vertical is when they're right across from each other. Okay, and the adjacent is when they're right next to each other. Okay, so how would you describe those, A and B? They're right across from each other. That's going to be a vertical. Okay, 15. How would you describe those?
Adjacent.
They're adjacent. They're right next to each other. Okay. And then once you realize that they're either like adjacent, you can look and see are they complementary or supplementary, and they very well may be or they may not. Okay. So in this case, they are not because they don't add up to be perfectly 90 or 180. Okay, 17. Okay, are they right next to each other, across from each other, add up to be 180, 90, something? They're going to be adjacent. Okay, 19. They are adjacent. Okay, a bunch of you guys struggled on ones that are like 21. Okay, what kind of angles are those?
Oh, I like vertical.
They're vertical angles, and notice how they're right across from each other. Okay, so if this is 68, then this one is 68. Okay, a bunch of you guys were saying 90 or minus 180. Okay, so if this is 68, then this is 68. Okay, 23. Are we doing 90, 180s, or equals? They're going to be 90, 180, or equal? Look at the picture.
Wait, it's 90.
It's 90, so we're going to say 90 minus 36. 54?
Yeah.
Okay, 25, is that 90, 180, or equals? 90, 180, or equals? That's 180. Okay, so we're looking at this one and this one, and notice between the two of these, they make a perfectly straight line. Okay, so we're gonna say 180 minus 155. 25? Okay, 27, is that 90, 180, or equals? It is 90, so you're gonna say 90 minus 66. 24? Somebody agree?
Yeah.
Okay, the next one on here says find the midpoint. What is the midpoint formula? You remember?
X minus x two and y two, or x two and y two minus x one.
X1 plus X2 over
Good.
2 equals X3.
Okay, it's gonna be x1 plus x2 over 2. Okay, and then same thing for the y's. Okay, and this goes back to, hopefully you did review 1. If you have not, you need to get it out of the box and watch the video and do review 1. That's the one I gave you every single formula you would possibly need. Okay. Okay, so it's gonna be 6 plus negative 5 divided by 2. And what is that? What is 6 plus negative 5 divided by 2?
Wait.
Is your fingers broke? You can't
What'd you
type?
ask?
I'm waiting. You guys are making us take all day. Like 1 over 2? Positive?
Yeah.
That's what one person said. I don't know, because none of you guys are freaking typing.
That's fine. I have like 0.5 kind of the SD.
I got 4,600.
Okay, cool. Put that down on your papers. See what happens. Okay, for the other one, I'm going to say y1 plus y2 over 2.
Negative 7 over 2.
Negative 7 over 2?
Yeah.
Oh, I keep not typing. I'm going to sit up there no more.
I can't see you.
Okay, well, I guess you'd be blind.
That's funny.
Yeah?
Ain't nothing funny.
Okay, 31, we're going to say x1, y1, x2, y2. Boys, shh, stop, my camera's on. Okay, so we're going to say 2 plus negative 2 over 2. It's going to be 0. Negative 9 plus 5 over 2.
Negative 2.
Negative 2? Sure. Okay, and so that's our midpoint.
This one's shorter, ain't it? The last one?
The last one just took forever because we took notes.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Can I scroll? Okay, what is a key word in here? We talked about it the other day. What's a key word in here? Endpoint. Okay, so the one to say endpoint is going to be that x1 plus x2 over 2 equals x3. Okay, the one to say endpoint. Okay, so we're going to label this as x1, y1, x3, y3. Okay, if you label above your stuff when you go to do your test, you shouldn't have that hard of a time because you should be able to kind of follow. Okay, so we got 7 plus x2 over 2 equals x3, which is 8. Okay, then what needs done? Times 2, good. Times 2. So I'm gonna get 7 plus x2 equals 16. Okay, and then what? Minus 7, good. Minus 7, minus 7. What is 16 minus 7? 9. Okay, so we can put that here, 9 comma something. Okay, now you're gonna do the exact same thing, but with all the y pieces. Okay? Cool, so we're gonna say 10 plus y2 over 2 equals y3, which is 2. Okay, and we're gonna say times 2. So I got 10 plus y2 equals 4. Then what?
That's subtract 10.
Minus 10. That's gonna give me negative 6. Okay, so my extra answer is 9 comma negative 6. Okay, you need to write it in the coordinate form. Okay, we're gonna say x1, y1, x3, y3. Okay, so I'm gonna get 4 plus x2 over 2 equals my x3, which is negative 5. And then what do we do?
Minus 11.
Times 2 times 2. So I got 4 plus x2 equals negative 10. Then what?
Minus 4.
Minus 4 for both sides. So I get x2 equals negative 14. And we're going to put this as a coordinate. Okay, for the y's, I got negative 2 plus y2 over 2 equals 8. Okay, we're going to say times 2. Times 2. So I get negative 2 plus y2 equals 16.
Plus 2.
Plus 2. So I get y2 equals 18. Okay, the back page is that distance formula. The first two, okay, on the top row. Okay, so number 37 and 38, we're gonna do the long way. Well, I'm gonna do one the long way, you're gonna do one the long way. And then 39 and 40, you're more than welcome to do the short way. Okay, who remembers what the distance formula is? What do you got, Brady?
X2.
And
Oh, the wrong one.
No, it's square or
a
something.
square root.
Oh, that.
8,
Oh.
or it's x1 minus
x2 comes first.
Where's the D equal?
Okay, and then what?
Square.
Squared
Plus.
plus.
Y2.
Good job. Brains and beauty.
Yeah, I forgot how to big check mark on it.
Okay, so we can go ahead and label these x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so you're gonna get -3 minus 8 squared plus 4 minus -4 squared. Okay, and again, we're doing these the long way, not the short way. If you do it the short way, I'm marking yours wrong.
For real?
Yes, for real. Okay, 37 and 38, you gotta do the long way. Okay, so what is -3 minus 8? Type it in on your calculator. What is -3 minus 8? -11. Okay, 4 minus -4. What is 4 minus -4? Chase, what did I say?
8.
That's fine, I'm marking it wrong. You just typed all that for nothing. 4 minus -4. It's 8. Bless you. Okay. Now, 11 squared. What is 11 squared? 121. 8 squared. 64. 121 plus 64. 185. Then what? Yep.
Yeah.
What is it?
13.6.
13.6?
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I can tell you when you do your test. Okay? Even if you type it in the calculator, you need to at least have this on your paper. What you typed in. Does that make sense? Okay? Don't just straight up type it from the things, because then you miss every single point possible. The only point I give you is for trying. Okay? But at least if you do this, I can say, oh, okay, well, they wrote it out right. They must have accidentally typed the wrong sign on their calculator. Okay? Do not just write me this. I'm not going to know where you got that number from, and you're going to miss all 5 or 10 points or whatever. Okay? Because I go through and I say, okay, well, did they put the 3? Did they put the 8? Did they do the squared? Okay? If you have it written out, totally fine, and only this number is wrong, you're only going to get -1. Okay? If you get this wrong and you have nothing here, I promise you, you're going to get like a -5, -10. Okay? I don't know how many it's going to be worth, but probably somewhere around there. Okay? So, you need to have this and at least this. Does that make sense? Okay, I freaking told you. We'll see. Okay, so last one, x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so again, this is the short way, and this is how it should look on your test. We're going to say d equals, okay, and it's going to be -2 minus 2 squared plus -1 minus -2 squared. Okay, and now if you're doing it the short way, you're more than welcome to just type it all in, okay? But you need to have that first line on your paper. Okay, if you prefer the long way, you're more than welcome to do the long way on your test. Okay, if you like the short way, do the short way, okay? But you at least need to have this part on your test. Okay, and what did you guys get? 4.1? Where do you get 4.1? Somebody that's not at this table. You got 4.1?
You get 17. Square root 17. 4.1.
Oh. Okay, so when you guys do your test, if you do the short way, yours should look like this. You should have this first line and the second line. Okay? If you do the long way, then you can skip or do as many lines as you so please. Okay?